The single moment that made France, the USA, and Brazil pay attention to Princess Leonor. There are moments that define a public figure. Not because of controversy, not because of a shocking headline, but because millions of people suddenly see them in a completely different light. For Princess Leonor of Spain, one such moment came when she stood before the Spanish Parliament on her 18th birthday and swore loyalty to the Spanish Constitution. It wasn't just Spain that was watching. News organizations across Europe, North America, and Latin America reported on the ceremony. From France to the United States and Brazil, international audiences were introduced to a young woman preparing to become Spain's future queen. But why did this ceremony receive so much global attention? And why did it become one of the defining moments of Leonor's journey? Let's find out. A birthday unlike any other for most teenagers, turning 18 is a personal milestone. For Princess Leonor, it became a historic national event. As the heir to the Spanish throne, reaching adulthood meant taking on new constitutional responsibilities. The ceremony marked her formal commitment to Spain's democratic constitution and her future role as head of state, if the line of succession remains unchanged. It wasn't simply a birthday celebration. It was a constitutional milestone watched by an entire nation. The eyes of the world within hours, photographs, and video clips appeared around the world. International newspapers highlighted the event. Television networks covered the ceremony. Royal commentators discussed what it meant for the future of the Spanish monarchy. France paid attention because Spain is one of its closest European neighbors. The United States followed the story because of Spain's role as a key ally and because royal events often attract international audiences. Brazil, with its strong historical and cultural ties to the Spanish-speaking world, also saw significant media coverage. The ceremony became far more than a domestic event. It became international news. Calm under extraordinary pressure, standing before lawmakers and senior national leaders is intimidating for anyone. Doing so while knowing millions of people are watching around the world is something else entirely. Throughout the ceremony, Leonor remained composed. She delivered her constitutional oath with confidence and respect. Many commentators noted not only the importance of the occasion but also the calm way she carried herself. That composure left a lasting impression. More than symbolism, some people viewed the ceremony as purely ceremonial. But constitutional monarchies place great importance on these public milestones. The oath represented Leonor's commitment to serving Spain according to its constitution. It demonstrated continuity between generations of the monarchy while emphasizing the country's democratic institutions. For many observers, that message was as important as the ceremony itself. A different image of modern royalty around the world, young royals are often associated with fashion, celebrity, or social media. Leonor's public image has developed differently. Her reputation has centered on education, discipline, military training, and constitutional preparation. The parliamentary ceremony reinforced that image. It showed a young woman preparing for responsibility rather than seeking publicity. Why France paid attention? French media have long followed developments in neighboring European monarchies. Leonor represents one of the youngest heirs in Europe and a future head of state in a country with close political, economic, and cultural ties to France. Her constitutional milestone naturally attracted attention from French audiences interested in Europe's future leadership. Why the United States was watching? Although the United States does not have a monarchy, major royal events often receive widespread coverage. American audiences have long shown interest in European royal families. Leonor's coming-of-age ceremony offered a glimpse into the future leadership of one of America's long-standing allies. For many viewers, it was also a fascinating example of how constitutional monarchies prepare future heads of state. Why Brazil took notice? Brazil shares deep historical and cultural connections with the Iberian world. International stories involving Spain often receive attention there, especially when they involve major national events. Leonor's oath represented a defining constitutional moment for Spain, making it a story of interest beyond Europe. What changed after the day following the ceremony? Leonor was increasingly viewed not simply as a princess but as a future queen actively preparing for her role. Her official engagements continued. Her military education progressed. Her international profile grew. People who had rarely paid attention to the Spanish royal family began recognizing her name, not because of celebrity, but because they had witnessed an important constitutional milestone. A future still being written. One ceremony cannot define an entire reign. Leonor still has years of preparation ahead. She will continue her military education. She will represent Spain at more official events. She will gain experience through public service. But for many people, her 18th birthday marked the moment they began paying closer attention. It was the beginning of a new chapter rather than the end of one. Conclusion: history is often remembered through symbolic moments. For Princess Leonor, her constitutional oath on her 18th birthday became one of those moments. It reminded Spain that its future queen was stepping into adulthood. It introduced international audiences to a young royal taking on greater public responsibilities. And it demonstrated that leadership is built not only through titles, but through preparation, commitment, and service. No one can predict exactly what kind of Queen Leonor will become. But one thing is certain. After that historic day, far more of the world began watching her journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more fascinating stories about Europe's royal families. And let us know in the comments, do you think Princess Leonor's constitutional oath was the moment she truly stepped onto the world stage, or do you believe another milestone had an even greater impact? Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.